Hi, how's it going? This is Rata. Rata is my best buddy. He is my 10-year-old full bred Australian blue heeler. He is the inspiration for creating my YouTube channel. This is my first video to inform and encourage positivity around diabetes and your pet. I will be creating videos on a regular basis, and these first couple videos are going to focus on diabetes. Through my story, I am hoping people can realize they're not alone. Your animal can live a long, happy, healthy life. You can do it affordably, and a diagnosis of diabetes does not mean you need to put your dog down. The topic of this video is why my dog is drinking and peeing more. This is where our story begins. In February of 2017, Rata began drinking excessively. It's very noticeable, from one bowl a day to three, and he could drink an entire bowl in just one sitting. So obviously, he had to go out a lot more. After a couple days of this, he wet his bed at night. That's when I really panicked. I knew something was wrong because he would never pee in his bed. He'd wake me up if he had to go out. So, in my panic, I found the first emergency vet and went that day. The appointment was the most unprofessional visit I've encountered. Her bedside manner was non existent, and I feel like they were just trying to get as much money out of me as they could. The vet also vaccinated my dog, which should never be done on a potentially sick animal. I found this out later from my current vet. 4 days after my appointment, I had been waiting for some kind of message from this vet because my dog was not doing any better, and I had been calling twice a day since the appointment. I finally heard back at close of business on Friday, 6 o'clock on Friday. The vet informed me my dog did have diabetes. I was in total shock and denial. How could this be? I had never heard of a dog having diabetes. I decided to not return to this vet because I thought she did not really care about animals or the people that own them, so there was no way I was going to put my dog's life in her hands. With no confidence in this vet and the experience making me very wary, I decided to take matters into my own hands. The first thing I did was throw away all of his food and all of his treats because in my gut, I knew with all the exercise my dog got, it had to be his diet. Then I got online and Googled anything I could find out about diabetes and diabetic diets. I will tell you all about the evolution of his diet in another video. After changing his diet, he seemed a little better, but was not thriving. I had known about this other amazing vet from friends of mine, and being that I am a massage therapist, my friends knew I would love her holistic approach and her genius abilities healing animals. I made an appointment with the vet tech. She was genuinely interested and cared. I felt much relief. Unfortunately, 2 days before my appointment, Rata collapsed at the dog park. I made a frantic phone call to my new vet, carried my dog to my car, and got there as fast as I could. Rata almost died that day. My vet's exact words were, "I brought your dog back from death." Rata lived but was on an IV for almost a week. He could barely walk or stand. I had to carry him outside for weeks. And I'll make another video about how I cared for him and aided him back to his recovery. Lucky for me, I did not lose him, though I was left overwhelmed with guilt with what he'd went through, and I completely blame myself. What I learned from this experience to pass on to you is if your dog is experiencing these symptoms, drinking and peeing excessively, hungrier than normal, and you have not gone to a vet except for a vaccination, or you just adopted a dog, or moved recently, or have had your own bad experience, whatever it may be, ask some friends and family in the area or people at the dog park. I've noticed dog owners are always more than happy to tell you about good vet or products that have worked for them. Take a little time to see if a vet specializes in diabetes and has great recommendations. Do take your dog in immediately, but taking a little bit of time to think about a vet is important because you will have a long relationship with them if the diagnosis is diabetes. I had known about the vet who saved Rata before my emergency visit, but in my panic mode, I did not make great choices. If you find out your dog has diabetes, stay positive because with a little patience, awareness, and knowledge, your dog can live a happy, healthy life. I knew nothing about diabetes and was in shock for months. I don't have any family or friends that have diabetes. After a lot of research, I found out that diabetes is not uncommon in dogs and cats. I also found out that one of the side effects is blindness. In July 2017, Rata lost his sight completely. He went to bed seeing and woke up blind. I realized this when he ran headfirst into a log. I will make a video on Rata's blindness and how he and I adapted together. I will be sharing more of Rata's story in future videos. My goal for this video is to let pet owners know that it will be okay. I'm hoping the information and video of Rata thriving today encourages you to stay positive and realize if these symptoms your dog is experiencing are diabetes, that it will be okay. And if your animal goes blind, it will still be okay. You do not need to put your animal down with this diagnosis. Rata's experience was extreme, and I feel blessed every day to still have him in my life. I learned patience and awareness go a long way. My next few videos will still be around diabetes. The next one, I will be teaching you how to use the AlphaTrack blood glucose monitoring system. This was the system my vet recommended to me. I placed a link below the video to purchase this. I will also be showing you how to inject your dog, everything about insulin and syringes, my diabetic food journey. I'll teach you all about that. I'm not a vet. Take the information I give you as what worked for me and my dog. My vet was a huge influence on me and all of my decisions. My videos are made from a place of caring, and my biggest hope is to just inform and encourage positivity. Thank you for watching Rata's channel. We hope you enjoyed our first video. We hope to see you again.